Franklinton High School homecoming bonfire, and enjoying all the festivities that come along with homecoming week. And this is the 4th episode of the Coach Salk Show. Obviously tomorrow night the Demons will take on Fontainebleau behind us here at Demon Stadium. And Coach Salk, there's a lot that goes into homecoming, a lot of fun. I heard you talk today about, I think you said revelry, just so much tradition. In your opinion, what is homecoming about?
Well, I think more than anything, Coach, homecoming is about the collision. You get the alumni back on campus. I know there's a 20-year reunion tomorrow night. You get your football players back here to see you. And just, again, we talked about how special it is to play for a school that's named after the city. And so I think it's homecoming for us is about the community. Getting back at Franklinton High School, our campus in the United States.
I agree, Coach. Ms. Kelly publicized the homecoming game tailgating spots, and I think there were 25 available, and all of them sold out probably within 2 days. So that's a promising sign. We'll have a lot of alumni here tomorrow night, tailgating in Demon Stadium, barbecuing. I know some of them are arriving somewhere around 3:30, 3:35 when the school day ends. So just a special time, you know, all the different things that go into homecoming. And you can probably still remember your homecoming week. I can remember mine. You know, it's about creating memories for our students and our student athletes that they'll take with them for the rest of their life. So great weather. Great turnout at the homecoming bonfire, and we look forward to everything that comes with tomorrow, the parade and the homecoming pep rally and the court being announced and the promenade of the courts, and Damon Smith will be the grand marshal of the homecoming parade. He's done so much for Demon football over the years. Obviously has a book published with the history of Franklinton football. He'll be the grand marshal, and we'll have the memorial candle where we recognize and memorialize people who have passed this year that were alumni that made major contributions to Franklinton High School and the athletic program. So just a lot going on, and obviously it all culminates with Fontainebleau showing up here, which we're going to talk about here in a few minutes. But before we get into that, Coach, let's revisit the last second overtime victory that we had at Pine. And I know you've talked a lot about it, spent a lot of time visiting with your team about self-inflicted wounds and the things that we overcame. 15 penalties, 10 15-yard penalties, 2 turnovers inside the 5. Now, I'll give them credit. One, they actually created a good hit by a young man, but fundamentally, probably if we had the ball where it belongs, that doesn't happen. And then 2 touchdowns called back. I heard Bobby Hebert say one time on the radio that 100 yards in penalties is equal to 1 score. So essentially, you could argue that we left 4 scores or 5 scores on the field. But all said, our players overcame it, the coaching staff overcame it. And talk a little bit about the game, and we'll get to the last play in a minute. But how the game transpired from your standpoint.
The big thing about the game was you're not going to be in that kind of atmosphere again until a state quarterfinals time. But it was truly a playoff atmosphere. Our kids look forward to playing that for a year. We talked about it for a year when we finally got it scheduled. You want to play your rival. Pine and Franklinton should be rivals. And I reminded our guys over and over and over and over that you may know those guys and you may have beat them in junior high, or you may have played with them and or beat them in association ball. But those guys prior to last week had won 22 or 30 football games. They have had back-to-back 10-win seasons, back-to-back quarterfinal appearances. Bradley Seal has been the head coach there for 13 years, has won a lot of games. They're very well respected in the LHSAA, AAA community. So it wasn't going to be a cakewalk, and we got into it. And, of all the things that happened, the thing I'm most proud of is we got down at their place 14-0. And they had everything going for them. And in the blink of an eye, the switch turned, and we got on a roll, and we were able to tie it up before halftime. And I just felt like we settled down. But you got to get away from all those self-inflicted wounds, because the games are only going to get tough. The more you win, the tougher the games are.
Yeah, I mean, I heard you tell somebody earlier this week. I mean, essentially, you don't win many games when you have that many mistakes. So we were very fortunate, and kudos to Pine and the job that they did. I thought back the punt return, where we had the blindside block, and then the interception return, and then just on and on. But it all came down, Coach, to overtime, right? And in overtime, talk a little bit about your decision. You had a big decision. I heard you tell Coach Mack before we scored, if we score here, we're going for 2. So it wasn't an uncalculated decision. Talk a little bit about what went into you making that decision.
Well, from a coaching standpoint, they were exhausted. So I knew that if we could get a little bit of push, it's a 3. You want to get 3 yards. That's what you want to get. And I felt like if we could get the ball in our athletes' hands in space because of their exhaustion, we would have a chance to win it. The second thing I always feel, the hardest thing of fixing the program, Coach, and you know this because you've done it here, is making those guys believe they can win. And at that moment, in my brain, I was like, what greater opportunity am I ever going to have to let these guys know how much I believe in them and how much I believe in them as winners. And it could have backfired, but I never thought it would. I knew we were going to make it, and so it was really an easy call for me. And Matt made a great call, and Connor really made a great play there, missed the block. And Connor made a kid miss, and once I saw 14 miss and Connor get to the edge, I knew he was going to get in there, and then the celebration began. And the third thing is when you get that kind of win, it really gives you momentum for the rest of the year. It should give you momentum to go on and have a great season. So it was an easy call for us to go for it.
Good deal. I know it was kind of ironic from my standpoint, where I was looking at the crowd. There were a lot of people in the bleachers facing and Coach Drake and his defense, he was not one of them.
No.
He was dialed in. I saw a video of him where somebody videoed him at the end of the game, and he was extremely excited. And so just a great win and a good. And our players did a great job, and kudos to Pine. The kids played extremely hard, and we were able to leave with a victory. And now you blink and you turn around and you got 5A opponents coming in Demon Stadium at homecoming, a team that beat us last year in the last
play of the game, right?
So what do you think are some of the keys to Fountainville tomorrow night? What do you think?
Well, first of all, we would like to invite everybody out to our homecoming festivities. So at 12:30, our parade will roll down Washington Street, turned by McGee Finance, and it will finish that loop by the junior high. Then we will make a second loop for our Franklinton Elementary and for the high school students. So we invite all of our past alumni, our families, and our Franklinton friends to come out to pep rally at 2:20. The senior promenade will roll at 6 o'clock, and we will be crowning our queen at approximately 6:30. After that, we will light the memorial candle, and we will recognize our grand marshal. So, as you know, we try to offer our students the best possible experience, as you can tell by this coaching show and by what we have going up in the tailgate area. So, we'd like you to experience that with us tomorrow at number 1 Demon Circle. Thank you, and go Demons.
Good job.
Man, Coach, what's the name of the dance they do to this song? Somebody help me out.
That's a Drake Must Know question.
What's the name of the dance they do to that song?
We got an audience member that said electric slide.
He wants to participate.
Money.
Yeah, they're out there getting anything.
Well, back to the keys to the game. They have good players. They do. 17 for those. That guy beat us last year on the second last play of the game. We got to be able to talk to him. But the biggest thing is put the Pine game behind you. Don't let somebody, upset you that you're not playing. So, all week long, I really emphasize, put that game behind you. It's over. There's nothing we can do about Pine again for 360 days now. And get ready to play a team that really, we had a couple of close losses last year, but the loss to Fountainville, Coach, kept us out of the playoffs. And so you never want to say you got a revenge game, but I think we should play a little angry tomorrow night. I think we should go out and do the things we do well. Block the point of attack. Get Cy and Connor going in the run game. That will allow us to get our play action, RPO stuff going with Jacob. Use our athleticism on the outside. And then defensively, the big thing is tackle. We're not a great tackling team yet. We're getting better at it. We've improved every week. But we have to account for some of the weapons they have. They got a running back over from Hannon last year who was a really good football player at Hannon. He's playing for them now. And they got an experienced quarterback. So, he's not going to be frazzled by coming in the stadium. But the big thing is just to beat a more physical, more demanding opponent. And I think we'll be okay.
Great, Coach. So ultimately, build off of what we've had the last few weeks. We've seen signs of our players improving in areas. We got to continue to improve. Eliminate turnovers. Eliminate, like you said, penalties. Right. 15 penalties. I mean, that's a lot of penalties. So let's eliminate some penalties. Let's improve upon what we've needed to over the last few weeks. Got quarterback Jacob Crane with us, man.
Hey, I want to give a special shout out to Coach Rock.
Thank you, buddy.
The offense has spread out a lot this year. He's improved, and he's trusting me a lot. And I feel like the offense has gotten better, and I've just been able to lead the team because I feel like he really trusts me. And that's about it. Happy birthday, by the way, Coach.
Hey, there is a question. There's somebody asking, Jacob, who are you pulling for, Commanders or Bengals?
I was actually pulling for the Commanders. I do love Joe Burrow, and I look up to him, but I wanted to see Zay Daniels back there and play, so that was awesome.
Yeah, keep sending in those questions, by the way. And we, Coach Nate, maybe we'll get some footage of some of the festivities going on over here. I know Petey Dillon. What's the name of his barbecue? Coach, I don't know, but it sure smells phenomenal. Petey, I know you got a plate for me, because last week you sold out. Kenny, can you hear me over there? That I need a plate thing? But, yeah, Coach, it looks to be an exciting night. And I think Jacob's making progress. I see the offense, I see the defense making progress. Ultimately, as long as you're improving, you have to be happy, right? What did you challenge our kids, our players in about with the penalties moving in the ball night game? Well, we kind of took care of that on Tuesday afternoon a little bit, Coach. And I won't divulge exactly what we did, but I think we got their attention. Sometimes you get those penalties where it's just a hustle play. Right. We're not getting that as much as we're just kind of negligent in some of our hand placement. I think we've gotten away from some of those outrageous penalties where it's just not good parts of football. Talking after the play, shoving after the play. We're not getting that anymore. I think what we have to do is just be conscious of that, the fact that we're a good football team. And we can play between the whistle and be successful and be physical and be the more demanding team without the little extra that we're getting called for. I also think the better we become as tacklers, the face masks go away, the blocks in the back go away. And so it's a lot of just the progression of our football program. One of the things to emphasize this week, and you just said it a little while ago, I can't believe we're in week 4. Well, now PowerPoint starts to become important. Right. Your seeding starts to become a little more clear. And right now we're sitting at number 6, Coach. And if you can get in that top 4, you get a first-round bye, and you're at home. For the next couple of rounds, depending if you're 1, 2, 3, or 4, you could be at home all the way through as long as you're alive. So playing a 5A opponent, we're going to get 2 extra points. They've already got 2 wins. And if we can be successful tomorrow night, that's a 14-point win. And if you look back at the people who played, Amy's going to be a 7 or 8 win team. Tyler's going to be a 7 or 8 win team. The loss we have right now, the Covington could be an 8 or 9 win team. So, and another thing I brought up when I started is the people we're playing, they're playing each other now. So next week we go to Sumner, who's undefeated, who will probably be 4-0, and we could beat them at 14
15 more points, but then some that gets into playing unique, so we pick up a point. They want to play Pine, so we pick up a point either way. Tomorrow night, Pine plays Pearl River, so we're going to pick up a point either way. So power points start to become important at this time of the year.
They do, and I know. What do you think? About we're talking fundamentally. It seems like the first few weeks when our clinic are all on the ground and our ability to recover. People think kids naturally know how to recover fumbles. They don't. No, because they have a tendency. I look like our guys want to pick it up and run with it forward. Sometimes you just need the ball. Cradle around it. We worked it this past week with the linebackers, and our linebacker drill. We would drive tackle on the sled. As I came off the last part of the sled, I roll the ball down and tell them, roll down and get it. Don't try to pick it up. Just get the football. And then telling them also, if the ball is fumbled and your goal line is in front of you, scoop that thing forward, push it forward. Get it past the offense, get it forward, and you gain a yardage and not realizing it. So it's I think, you said it before, our players are learning how to win, right? We were so far removed from that for a few years. We really learned. I think you've been involved in coaching for a long time. You have to learn to do the things that it takes to win. And first and foremost is not beat yourself. And I think you're teaching our players that your coaches are as well. And that's important. And that's important. I agree, Coach. I got to give a shout out to our coaches. Our coaches have gotten better. Our team has gotten better because our coaches have gotten better as the season's gone on. And the great thing about watching young coaches focusing in this profession for the first time is watching them take a hold of something like I love it. I know you love dearly as a professional coach. And you're the principal, we still call you coach. It's something you live with. It's who you become. And I see our guys, our staff becoming those kind of people. And when you do, that's when you take the next step as a football coach. That's right. And it's funny, people, can we still call you coach? I read sometimes the word coach, where it comes from, is an old, stagecoach, taking someone to a certain place to another place. Well, that's what coaches do. Right? We take your men from here to here. As a principal, we're taking students from here to here. So you're taking them from one place to the other. It's an honor to do that. The principal, coach, whatever, ultimately we're all educators and we have an opportunity to do that here. Coach, they are still cutting up over here. I see there's some kind of corn, kettle corn, I think they have at the fair. They're down there and I see the lights on. And I don't know, I guess Coach Nate's running down there. He might be trying to get some of that. Coach Nate, get us some of that kettle corn and see if you can bring it back. And we, as always, y'all, we do field audience questions. If you have any questions that you want to,
I think we ought to get Coach Drake up here and give him a question or two.
How about Coach Drake, Coach? I watched his such a positive influence on our kids, man. He's a youth minister. Yeah. He keeps you and I honest because he's such a spiritual person. Always has a smile on his face and takes pride in trying to impact kids through the game of football. No doubt. Beat that. No. And his wife's the FHS grad.
He did one thing right so far.
So, Coach Drake, what do you feel like that your first year coaching, this is going into your fourth regular season football game? What's maybe one or two things that you've learned, maybe that you didn't have any idea that coaches did, or that the profession requires you to do?
I've certainly learned, and this is a Coach Salt thing teaching me, that it's less about the X's and O's and more about the players more than anything. The X's and O's is the easy part. The schemes are the easy part. It's about the day-to-day management, dealing with how to manage parents, how to manage devotionals or DOs, like I like to call them, and different things like that. One thing that I've learned also, though, and the Lord has taught me this, is that my prayer throughout life is the same, but the platform's changed. And Coach Salton and I, Coach Shane and I have had that conversation that the platform we have, whether it's education, whether it's coaching, whether it's at church, our prayer is always the same, and that's to raise up young men.
That's awesome, Coach. Yes, sir.
Coach, I got to tell you, we have some great discussions. I want to say discussions, but Coach Drake really is teaching me a lot about the Bible. And we have some great discussions after practice just about where we would like to see our kids go as men. And he does a great job. He truly
I
does.
came in the other night and I think y'all were in the heat of one of those discussions.
Probably, he was coaching me up. Coach, that looks good, but I ain't eating.
What is this?
Petey. That's
This
Petey.
This is from Petey. We got French fries with pulled pork, cheese, barbecue sauce, and even have a sandwich with something on it. I mean, look at this, Coach Salt. Jacob, I know you were up in, he's in Washington drinking some fish right now. He's in New Jersey. He's pizza.
Telling us stay away from Tony's
We're having some of this. I'm gonna try this.
Go ahead, buddy. You good. I don't eat after a certain hours. Got to keep my weight down. I'm a little nervous. I'm getting skinny as Coach Drake. I'm gonna blow away.
So, folks, you still have time to come join us at the Franklinton High School bonfire. Homecoming festivities. We have a DJ. We got plenty of food. Vendors out here. I'm going to challenge Coach Nate to move over here into the crowd and maybe get a few shots of some of our students and them celebrate tonight. And we want to thank you for joining us for the Coach Salt Show. So I would say, Coach Nate, this concludes this episode of the Coach Salt Show. Come join us tomorrow night. Enjoy some of the homecoming festivities tomorrow. Catch us at the parade and all that follows that. We appreciate it.
Live stream tomorrow night.
We will have a live stream of tomorrow night's game on Franklinton High School TV. I want to thank Coach Nate. Remember, subscribe to Franklinton High School TV and give us a follow. And keep watching. Coach Nate's going to move on down. We'll move on down to the homecoming festivities and hopefully get some interesting shots. Good night. Thank you. Good night.
Folks, I'm going to recruit somebody. I'm going to recruit. Let me find. Peter, they enjoyed it, brother. Our upperclassman counselor here, Miss Jennifer McKenzie. Class of here by my wonderful wife. Just joined me trying to hide. Here she is. Hey, baby. We'll have, if I can peel him away, could I have Mr. Brumfield come and help me as we're live? Avery, you want to come join me? You come give me a walk around? We live right now. Just wrapped up. Avery, we just wrapped with the coach's show. All right. Deja. I gotta find somebody to Hey, I'm here with a couple of our meatheads, some offensive linemen. We're still live from the coach's show. Y'all want to give us kind of a walk around? Give us a walk around. Flip it around. We're about 24 minutes in. Give us a few more minutes. Just walk around, give us some commentary, Boel. You want it? Flip that booger around.
Come on, David. Where are we going? Just everywhere? No, let me hold it, please. I got it. All right, right here. This is some of our student section. Tell our live. All right. Who next?
Go ask Trent how he feels about Friday night.
How do you feel about this Friday night coming up?
I feel pretty good. So we finna whip
You can't say that.
You can't say that, dog.
I'm sorry, y'all. But we're gonna have a good game, well-played game,
No personal.
hopefully not throw. Nobody out of bounds like we did last game. That's all. Let's call it. We're gonna have a good game. Go foul.
Good dance.
Yep, go on.
Media team.
Let me get lost if you don't. Look at the reaction when I hit him with the phone. Got 50 in the bank, got 10 with the phone. Listen to the other white guy, what you want? It's so fun. Everybody trying got hits like it was big. Back in the day. Stick it back. Let it go. Get out of the way. To the front. Somebody did it. Just a little bit of power. Yo, everybody here, wow, better than me.
Where'd Coach Nate go?
I don't know. What's the name? On what? Instagram? IG. Yeah, Nick! I've been walking around all in there.
Ladies taking their head, looking like they breaking their head, breaking their head. Back, wait. Now I'm taking shawty with the microwave. Right hotter than a baby in a microwave. Look at how she whopping, man, she might get paid. She whop a little harder. Look at how she whop, she a party starter. I hope that security remembered the card. Cause I ain't been a whop over 2 and holler. Said I never dropped dime, but I got me $1. Told her give me a number and maybe I call her. She said that she knew me and she know about her. Then I met a while out of here, I see all tomorrow.
Wrap up the live stream, the coaches show for us.
Okay, thank you guys for watching.
Thank
this live.
y'all.
Come to the football game tomorrow.
Y'all,
At 7.
see the homecoming maze be
Yes,
presented.
at 6. You don't want to miss it.
6:15,
The
be
queen
there.
will be pronounced. You don't want to miss it.
Get there early because the line's gonna be long.